May the best boat win here. The Philadelphia Cup Regatta is back for another year. More than a dozen boats are now ready to launch into the Delaware River for today's races. Ross DiMattei, he is live for us at the Pier 5 Marina this morning with a look ahead at today's activity. Hi, Ross.
Hi, Jan. It is Regatta Day, and the Delaware River is going to be full of sailboats. So ironically, I want to start with the boat that will not be part of today's races, but it is a beautiful boat nonetheless. Let me start with the captain, Chris Stock from Sea Philly. And we also have Laura Ness here, of course, the director of today's regatta. We're going to get to you in just a second. But first of all, Chris, I feel honored just to be graced on this boat. I mean, I've always seen this coming down to Penn's Landing, never taken a ride, but you do charters, right? Like you take people out on the water?
That's right. We do date nights, groups, oyster cruises, and we go out on the Delaware River for sunsets with the city in the backdrop and the Ben Franklin Bridge. And it's really amazing to introduce the people of Philadelphia to their waterfront.
There's not much better ways to see the Delaware and the city skyline, I would imagine, than going out in a charter like this. Are you going to be available? Is that kind of the tie-in for today's regatta? Are you taking anybody out on the water? I imagine there's no better spot than to be out on the water itself.
So we are the committee boat for the regatta that Laura is running. And we also have a charter later on, and so they're going to get a show, and they don't even know it yet, where they're going to be out there and see the sailboats. And it is definitely the way to see the city. Remember, the foundation of this country was on the water. Everything came up on the water, and Philadelphia is peninsula, surrounded by water. So it's great to be able to take people out on 1950s and 60s classic wooden boats to show them their home.
No cooler way, if you ask me. Yeah. Can you guys switch spots so I can ask Laura a question here really quickly? Because this is all about kind of boosting up the economy and just how much traffic comes along the river, and a big part of that is today's regatta. So I teased it before. What's the best place to go? Is it Penn's Landing to see some racing action today?
Definitely. Penn's Landing or the Camden Waterfront, both are great options. We have the Delaware River Fest taking place today, so there are groups of people and various nonprofits here talking all about the riverfront. We have the A.J. Meerwald, which is behind us. The Gazela will be open for tours, so it's a great day to be out on the riverfront. And of course, we have this beautiful boat that all of our racing officials will be on to make sure that everybody's having a good and safe time.
So well done. We can't wait for the racing action to get started. 11 o'clock is when that's going to be happening. We got registration going on right now, Jan. We're actually going to check in a half hour and give you some water conditions, shall we? We need some wind today for these sailors, so we'll check in on the conditions coming up in a half hour. Back to you.
What a beautiful look already. All right, Ross, can't wait to see you in just about 30 minutes.
It does not get much better than this. I wasn't sure we were going to get out on a boat on the Delaware this morning. It was kind of up in the air, but boy, am I glad we did. First of all, it's so calm, so relaxing out here this morning. And how about this view of the city? I mean, for my money, it's the best view of the city that you can possibly find. And it's all courtesy of Chris Stock, the captain of Sea Philly. I'm going to get to you in just a second. But first, I want to start with Laura Ness, director of today's Philly Cup Regatta. First of all, this is where the action's going to be happening in just a few short hours, right? Can you kind of give our viewers a sense of where the course is? And also, what are you looking for in terms of conditions for sailing?
It is. So right here in front of us is where we will have our racing course. It looks like the wind is about coming out of the north-northeast, so ideally we'll have a couple buoys down there so we can have all of our boats be round and probably be set up with a start line right about at Penn's Landing, which makes for even perfect viewing conditions.
It's awesome. It's like you did it on purpose, right?
You know, we work with what Mother Nature will give us, but we're very grateful that at least coming out of the north, we just want maybe a little bit more wind for us.
Hoping for a little more wind. Never hurts to have more wind when we're talking sailing. Can we have you guys switch spots for 1 second? And I'll bring in Chris here because you made this shot happen. This is your life every day, bringing people out on the water. You're also a sponsor for today's event. Why did you want to do that?
Well, the Delaware River is an amazing resource, and Liberty Sailing and the Regatta is a fantastic organization bringing more action to the waterfront, and we want to be part of that. We really want to help all organizations that are on the waterfront succeed and grow, and are happy to sponsor that.
And your business is chartering people out on the water, kind of giving people this view that we're taking in right now. And you were telling me sometimes you take them right through a regatta, and it's honestly thrilling when you're out there on the water, right? What's that experience like?
Yeah, we'll go out for sunset cruises, and we'll forget it's Wednesday or Thursday night, which is the nights that they go out for a race. And when they're out there, it's fantastic. The guests love it. We slow down, we don't put out a wake, and we'll go right through the sailboats, and they think it's fantastic.
I can see why. I mean, this view is amazing. We got a big boat over here coming by us.
Ferry.
It's the ferry. There we go. Really quickly, See Philly, your business you're already scheduling for next year?
Yeah, we just launched 2026 tickets for our cruises, oyster cruises, sunset cruises, date nights, proposals, you name it. We have an amazing resource down here with our 1950s and 60s classic wooden boats.
So cool. And Chris told me, Jan, that they're batting 1,000 when it comes to proposals. Everyone says yes if you bring them out here with See Philly. Really quickly, the regatta action starts at 11 o'clock this morning. We got registration going on. More than a dozen boats are going to be competing. Grab a spot along the river or grab a seat in Chris's boat. That's what I would recommend. Jan, I'll send it back to you.
How is the trip across the river, Ross?
The trip across the river was so relaxing. I mean, the water is really calm out here. Chris is obviously a professional, but I was just taking in the sights and sounds. I feel like a tourist myself, except we get to come out here for free. What could be better than that?
That's what I was just thinking. People often ask us, why do we get up so early to do this? This is a great case in point here. What a view, what a morning. Ross, thanks so much.